What's up, Higher Youth? Welcome back.
Okay, pause before we go any further. We are not going to act like we're not dressed alike.
Did you watch Big Church the other day?
I really did. Thank you, Marcus. This is a cool fit.
Today we're going to talk about It's Only a Test.
So, how many tests do you average a school year? Maybe 30 or more? And guess what? There will be more tests that happen within our lives.
But on the bright side, it's only a test. And with God, we can pass them all.
All of them. So, before we go on to the message, make sure you already know, like, share, and subscribe.
Whoop. Is it slipping?
I think were our clothes slipping? It was good.
Y'all were good.
Okay.
No, I was saying like that's part. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Higher Youth TV. We've been in a brand new series, Surviving in the Wilderness. And let's go to our memory verse, Deuteronomy 8:2. It says, "Remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the wilderness these 40 years, to humble," that's what we talked about last week, "and test you in order to know what was in your heart, whether or not you would keep his commands." Today we're talking about it's only a test. When you feel the heat of life, it's not your brother's breath, it's not gas, that's God testing you. The word test means to refine. And as we go to Isaiah 48 verse 10, it says, "See, I have refined you. Though not as silver, I have tested you in the furnace of affliction." See, when you have gold or silver, chains like that, in order to reveal what's going on in them, you gotta put them through fire. Fire reveals the impurities and things like that you may not be able to see unless it was under that type of heat. And likewise, God puts us through heat, through a wilderness-like situation in order that things can be revealed to us. Now remember, a wilderness is a time of dryness, discipline, and when God appears to be distant. So it's in those moments, in those times like last week where we really need our humility because we're being tested. We're being put through a furnace-like situation in order that God can test our hearts to see if we're gonna still love him and keep his commands. Let's look at Proverbs 17:3. It says, "The crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the heart." With everything that's going on right now, you may be wondering like, God, what is up with this wilderness-like situation? Why are you allowing these things to happen? And like we've been talking about all month, he's trying to make sure that we're being humble, that we put humility first so that we can truly follow his commands. He's given us a vision and we gotta keep that vision before us in order to make it through this wilderness. But in this, we gotta understand that when we go through the flames, God is not punishing us. He's developing us. When you want to get a nice chain or a nice design to a piece of jewelry, you got to put that thing through some fire and then you're able to mold it. You're able to put it into the exact shape you want. And likewise, God has so much in store for you. He has so much planned for you that he's going to allow this wilderness-like situation so that he can help mold you and put you into shape of exactly how he wants you. Because, see this, check this out. God sends us through the fire to prepare, or better yet, sanctify us to be dedicated vessels of God. That word sanctify pretty much means to be set apart. A pen is sanctified to write stories or to write articles and tell amazing stories. A chair is sanctified in order that you may sit on it and you don't have to stand all day. So we're being sanctified to do God's good work. We're being sanctified to help our friends, to help our family members make it through this situation. We're being sanctified to help others know how to survive in the wilderness. 1 Peter 1:7 says, "These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, of greater worth than gold." Your faith is worth more than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. Just like impurities are revealed when we put gold and silver and other metals through fire. What's revealed when you're put through the fire? When you're put in the wilderness, is Jesus Christ revealed or are flaws revealed? When you're put through the wilderness, does anger come out or does peace come out? I just want to encourage you, and I want you to know that our God is a God of a second chance. Our God is a God of peace, a God of healing, and he has not abandoned us in this wilderness-like situation. In fact, he's allowed it to happen so that we can get closer to him and be more like him. And just like the text says, when we go through this wilderness, when we go through the furnace, we want to be able to give honor and praise and glory, because what should happen as higher you is when you're put in tight situations, that's when Jesus Christ is truly revealed. And people, your friends and family members may ask you, how were you able to respond like that in the midst of a crisis? You'll be able to point them back and say, it's because I have Jesus Christ in me. It's only a test. Don't let this wilderness circumstance steer you off course from being who God has called you to be. Can't wait to see y'all next week as we wrap up this series, Surviving in the Wilderness. Hope y'all have an amazing time. And remember, if you're gonna get the promises of God, you gotta survive in the wilderness. See you next week.
Thank you all for tuning in again to Hire You TV.
You.
Make sure you stay connected by liking, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget, school's almost out. Stay in it. Talk to your friends. Turn in your work. You're almost there.
Yes, all right. See you next week.
Adios.